Welcome to the 2016 PIBC Awards. Reflecting on my years on the committee, I've really come to realize that planners are a pretty modest bunch. You know? Well, not all of you, but okay. Most of you are a pretty modest bunch. You're not that comfortable really standing out there and talking ourselves up. But picking up on one of the keynotes this morning, it's really important, and I believe it's really important, that we need to celebrate ourselves. We need to stand out there, push our profession forward with programs like this, like the Awards Committee, to push us to ever higher standards of achievement and leadership. In the category of excellence in planning practice, city and urban areas, and the first silver winner goes to City of North Vancouver for its active design guidelines.
I think the key part of the project was to keep the whole thing simple. So we ended up distilling down some of the best ideas for how to create better designed buildings that are more active into a short document with a checklist and with some visual cues and one single diagram that shows you all the things in a building that you can do as a designer and which we're looking for as planners to engage in early discussions around future development applications. I am really inspired by planners who get creative around how to use the tools that are available to them, as well as planners who look to maybe the tool's not available and we have to invent it, and what can we do might be outside of the scope of existing legislation. How do you push the boundaries to get the kinds of tools that you need to create the communities that are going to be the places we want to live in the future?
The second silver winner for the evening, the Fraser Valley Express Implementation Plan, produced by the Fraser Valley Regional District and BC Transit. The Fraser Valley Express Implementation Plan saw the rapid and successful introduction of a new transit line running from Chilliwack to Langley and linking from there to the rest of the Lower Mainland's transit system.
I think one of the best things that came out of this was working together with BC Transit, the Regional District, and with the municipalities, and with planning staff and engineering staff at the various municipalities as well. And I think we've shown is when you can work together as a team, at the end, you know, when you have a very, very tight timeline, you can get it accomplished. And we had it, it was great on time, on budget, and our revenues are making the politicians happy, and that is our number one benefit of this whole thing.
The second silver award in this category goes to David Nairn and Associates for their First Nations Construction Industry Education publication. Now, this project is all about building capacity. Piloted with the First Nations from the Chilcotin region, the project aims to create capacity among First Nation communities both to lead and to control their own capital projects, enhancing community sustainability, self-sufficiency, and employment opportunities along the way.
The project that we worked on was called the First Nation Construction Industry Education Project, and it was a partnership between the Unescitian Government, Indigenous and Northern Affairs Canada, and David Nairn Associates. And its main purpose was to get all First Nation constructed projects.
The first gold winner of the evening tonight is the Lougheed Town Centre Core Area Master Plan, prepared by the City of Burnaby and Shape Properties. The Lougheed Town Centre Core Area Master Plan represents a unique collaboration between the landowner and the City of Burnaby. The result is a dramatic and ambitious vision for a leading-edge community, including 11,000 new residential units, 3.15 million square feet of commercial space on the site of the current Lougheed Shopping District. The site is anchored by high-quality public spaces and delivers impressive amenities that will have positive impacts on Burnaby for many years to come. In the category of policy and planning, city and urban areas, the first of these silver winners is the City of Richmond for its ecological network management strategy.
So the ecological network is actually a concept that was coined in Europe, and it basically looks at how different, at the scale of countries, European countries, can connect their ecological lands across the borders, because of course species, wildlife and plants don't recognize the jurisdictions. So we actually took the concept that came from a macro scale and applied it to at a local government level.
The second winner, silver winner for the evening in this category, is the City of New Westminster for its family-friendly housing policy.
The family-friendly housing policy came about through work in our downtown official community plan. That plan reimagined the downtown as being a family-friendly neighborhood rather than what it previously was seen, which was an entertainment district. The thinking behind that was that an area that's friendly for families, is friendly to everyone, and is an inviting place where all people would like to come and visit.
And the third silver winner this year is the University of Victoria Campus Plan. UVic's master plan, endorsed by the Board of Governors in February of this year, provides a leading example of using exceptional public engagement program to inform the planning process.
Our campus plan at the University of Victoria is intended to be a guide for decision-making around land use and development on campus for the next number of years. And it was put together as part of a comprehensive process that involved both technical perspectives from across campus as well as a broad range of engagement with our campus community.
So the learnings from this exercise are transferable to other campuses in that we were working in a learning environment, so we were obviously looking for places and spaces to foster learning. But through the conversation with students and other university stakeholders, we were also able to have a conversation about learning about place, the types of places that foster sustainability, inclusivity, that sort of thing.
In the category of excellence in policy planning, small town and rural areas, there's one silver winner this year, the University of Village Local Area Plan, prepared by the Municipality of North Cowichan, the City of Duncan, and Stantec Consulting Limited. The University Village Local Area Plan is a comprehensive land use planning and urban design document that provides a detailed policy framework, regulatory plan, and implementation strategy for North Cowichan's largest and fastest growing centre. In the category of research and new directions in planning, there was one silver award, and the silver award in this category this evening goes to Metro Vancouver and EcoPlan International for the Health Impact Assessment of Transportation and Land Use Planning Activities Guidebook and Toolkit.
So it's a resource guide and a step-by-step planning process for health impact assessment, and there's a second piece of it which is actually a toolkit document, so people can go through and use the tools to actually conduct a health impact assessment, with the idea being that all planning and land use decisions have health impacts. They affect the way we live and the way we get around communities. It's been used for an assessment of the Georgia viaducts in Vancouver for removing them, and we're hoping that it'll be used in other projects, not just in Metro Vancouver, but really it has applications across BC and across Canada.
And we have two gold award winners this evening in this category, and the first of these goes to the Ministry of Community, Sport and Cultural Development, Stantec, and the City of Prince George for the Community LifeCycle Infrastructure Costing Tool.
So our project focuses on a tool which we call the Community LifeCycle Infrastructure Costing Tool, and it enables local governments to compare the infrastructure costs of different development scenarios over a 100-year period, identifying in most cases that a more compact growth scenario is more cost-effective over time. It's an excellent opportunity for the three of us to actually connect together face-to-face, because all of our work, because Tina's in Prince George, I'm in Victoria, Lorette's in Vancouver, so all of our work over the last couple of years has been over the phone. So we actually very rarely, we've only had one other opportunity where we've actually been able to connect face to face. So that's definitely one of the great things about the experience at the conference.
And the second gold award in this category goes to the City of Vancouver and Urban Systems for making cycling safer for people of all ages and abilities in Vancouver.
We recently worked with the City of Vancouver to develop a cycling safety study, and the purpose of the study was to look at collision data and hospitalization data, looking at injuries to understand what types of collisions were occurring involving people on bicycles. So we analyzed collision data over the past 5 years provided by ICBC, and through the analysis we looked at where collisions were occurring, what types of collisions were occurring, and when they were occurring, and why they were occurring, to try and develop an evidence-based action plan for the City of Vancouver to improve cycling safety.
A number of factors interrelate and to create a city that people live in, whether it's transportation, land use, they all work together and they impact everybody's daily lives. So to me, that's really interesting.
I want to pass on behalf of the awards committee, a sincere congratulations to the winners from this year, and a huge thank you to all the competitors.